Okay, so let's unpack this. We have a user review for the VITURE Beast XR glasses 2025. And the claim here is, well, pretty big. It's supposed to be this a huge step toward everyday wearable entertainment. So our mission today is to really break down that experience and figure out if this is, something that genuinely works for you.
Right. And it's not just about another gadget. We're looking at a potential shift here toward practical spatial computing. It's that blend of convenience and, well, futuristic fun that we really need to focus on.
Absolutely. So let's start where the reviewer did, just with the first impression.
Yeah.
They're described as sleek and modern, which, gets you curious.
Hmm.
But the real test is the display. The review calls it a little private cinema wrapped right around your eyes.
A private cinema. I like that.
Yeah, and it mentions this surprisingly large virtual screen with a real floating screen effect. It sounds pretty immersive.
Well, and what's interesting is how they achieved that. The review points out the tech. We're talking dual micro OLED panels here.
Ah, okay, so that's the key.
That's the key. It's why the colors come through nicely and everything looks clear and smooth.
Hmm.
You don't get that old screen door effect. It's how they get that high immersion without all the bulk.
High immersion without the bulk.
Hmm.
I like that. But, that brings up the next question. Does that visual comfort actually translate to, physical comfort?
Yeah,
Can you wear them for a while?
exactly. And the review covers that. It says they're lightweight and they sit gently, which means you can have longer sessions with them on.
Which is a huge deal compared to some of the bulkier headsets out there.
It is. And this is where they get surprisingly practical. Think about travel.
Right. On a plane or a train.
You could wear these for an entire flight and not get that, that head fatigue.
And what about connecting them to things? The practicality kind of falls apart if that's a hassle.
Good point. The reviewer actually praised how smoothly they connect to different devices.
So that adds a lot of flexibility.
It does. I mean, imagine connecting this to a Steam Deck.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
A huge private screen for your handheld.
Exactly. That's a use case that really takes advantage of the low weight and that easy connection.
Okay, but we have to talk about the quirks. Nothing's ever perfect. The review did mention the experience depends on your head shape, and you might need to make little adjustments.
Yeah, and in practice, that usually means you have to kind of fine-tune the angle, just to get that perfect sweet spot where the image is sharp across the whole screen.
So it's not quite plug and play for everyone. A little user involvement is needed.
A little bit. It just shows that while the tech is solid, the ergonomics are still being perfected for, everybody.
So at the end of the day, what does this all mean for someone listening?
I think the review really positions these VITURE glasses as this unique mix of portability and immersive viewing. It's a fun and useful option. It feels less like a novelty and more like a real tool for entertainment.
A solid step forward, then.
A very solid step. It's making that idea of a personal screen anywhere you want it feel much more real.
Right. So given that combination of a private screen and a lightweight design, here's the final question for you to think about. What specific daily task, and I mean beyond movies and games, maybe something like work, monitoring data, or even spreadsheets, could this kind of immersive portable tech completely transform for you? Something to think about until our next deep dive.